Cheers.
Cheers to you.
All right, Colin. So I'm Francis at Rock and Ice and Gym Climber, and we got Colin Powell here of Black Diamond, and so they are launching a new harness. I have never seen this thing. This is the first time I've seen it. All right, man, spray us down. What do you got?
This is pretty cool. So this is called the airNET harness. This is the women's and men's. So
This is
high-end sport and comp type harness.
high-end sport and comp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And kind of a big deal. We're doing men's and women's. Usually a lot of manufacturers, when they do the super high-end, they just do a unisex. So men's and women's. We worked with Adam Andra and Babsy and our athlete team to work on this rig. Really kind of a next level harness. We have a couple patents on this thing as well. It's using a construction that we called airNET. So we call this harness airNET. The construction is called airNET. And if you look at it, it looks like a fishnet or a hammock.
Correct.
And the beauty of that kind of material is that you can push and pull it any way you want to get it to the shape you want it to be. And it's super breathable. When we put this interior mesh and then this exterior cover on it, what you end up is a harness that's still super breathable.
Yep.
Because that's a big complaint. Anytime you laminate a harness, usually lamination means glue.
Yep.
Now you have a glue film through the whole thing, and now you got a non-breathable harness.
Now, what about the strength? So you can, like you said, you can almost see through it. So is the strength coming from the kind of the waffle threads on the inside?
Exactly. So this is a Dynex. Waffle is an interesting way to say it, but it is a Dynex net, basically. And that's where you get the strength. These no-sew edge on here, so there's no sew, that's laminated there.
Is that for strength?
Basically.
Or I'm sorry, for weight savings?
It's for comfort. So you don't have the stitching there.
No hot spots.
Going into exactly. Self-adjusting elastic risers on the back that can move a little bit in there.
What do you mean by self-adjusting?
They can just slide a little bit.
Oh, okay. So it just adjusts.
Yeah, so just adjust as you're
at the
climbing.
top. Okay. Okay.
And we have real deal gear loops on the front, and then thin wispy guys on the back.
Got it.
And really cool feature here, of course, one buckle, fixed legs, of course. But this is what we call the infinity loop. It's a seamless belay loop, which is really cool.
Actually, it's
seamless. Yes, it is. Most belay loops are a piece of webbing that's sewn into a loop and then bar tack, so you get that lip.
Yep.
And it can sometimes get caught up on your tying point. So we're sitting there dogging a route, and you adjust.
For sure. Yeah, you
have a heart attack.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So seamless belay loop, super cool.
And also the big tack bar also tends to keep your belay loop in one spot, which means you tend to get wear in the top and bottom, which can be a safety hazard. Todd Skinner being a prime example.
Exactly. Well, his was more because of his Jumar on it.
I know, but
it's the same idea.
Yeah.
For sure. So those are the key features. Really light, really breathable, incredibly comfortable. 235 grams for the men's medium, seamless belay loop.
When's this thing launching?
This is launching in January. I didn't know this before we started working on this. In order to have an athlete wear a product at the Olympics, it needs to be available to the general consumer 6 months prior to the start of the games.
That's an Olympic constraint, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And size of logos, everything. There's all kinds of rules. So the games are end of July in 2020, so this will be available in January to the masses.
Interesting. All right, now, so one last thing. Tell me about this little jive here.
Just secondary gear loop.
So no reason, weight savings to keep the tubing away from it?
Exactly. I mean, some of these comp guys cut off the gear loops because you don't need them in a comp harness, right?
Sure.
And most high-end sport climbers, fixed draws, just reduce the weight, less gear loops, less weight, exactly.
All right, so
I've heard rumors that some comp guys even cut off the belay loop because you're just tying in.
If I was a speed climber, I would.
Yeah, I'm not.
I've
seen you. You are not either.
Yeah,
that's
right.
for sure.
He's right about that. I wasn't terrible, right?
You weren't terrible. You did very well.
I wasn't terrible. Quick, final question. Yeah. What is the weight limit on this? And the reason I ask is one time I was climbing, I was young, and we were like 15 years old, and some guy had their shirt hanging loose, and I was getting belayed by gear loop. Yeah. And it was only when I was halfway up that someone was like, "Stop! You're in danger!" And so I had to basically, I was really young. And I don't know if that could have taken a fall or not.
It couldn't have.
Couldn't have.
So a couple things. That's a really good question. One, there's no requirement for gear loop strengths.
So there's no UIA or whatever?
Nope, you can do anything you want.
Interesting.
Some companies have harnesses that they say are full strength that you can clip anywhere.
Yep.
What does full strength even mean?
Yeah,
I actually wrote a piece on that.
Yeah.
arguable. I'm not betting my life. I think our gear loops are minimum 2 kN, which would be 450 pounds. It may be 500 pounds.
Okay.
We have an internal BD spec that we developed years ago. Years and years ago, we had some plastic molded gear loops that weren't strong enough. And the way we figured out what you needed to do was, if you had a cam or something hanging and it got hung up under a lip and you tried to stand up with your legs, you don't want to lose your whole rack.
Oh, it's actually happened to me. Yeah.
Right, so you can, again, you can break anything if you try hard enough. You could generate 500 pounds if you want. But I believe our internal spec is right around 500 pounds. But that's just BD harnesses.
Okay.
So these I haven't tested these personally. My guess is that's where
they're at. And what's the price point on this, if you didn't already say it?
I didn't already say it. I'm looking to my guy, 159. Yeah.
159.
159.
Okay, and January.
January.
All right, cool. Thanks, Colin.
Awesome. Thanks.